controversy surrounding the Congress party. Former Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh and a senior leader of the Grand Old Party, Kamal Nath, is no stranger to controversies, and he finds himself in yet another one. On the occasion of his birthday, his supporters bought him a cake. Well, nothing wrong in that, but unfortunately for the Congress leader, the cake was in the shape of a temple. To be specific, a 121 feet tall Hanuman temple that Kamal Nath built in his constituency of Chhindwara during his tenure. It had the image of Lord Hanuman on top of it as well. But oblivious to the imagery perhaps, Kamal Nath went ahead and ran a knife straight through it. And that has now irked the BJP, who's blaming him and the Congress party for hurting Hindu sentiments.
वो पार्टी जो कभी राम मंदिर का विरोध करती थी, अब देखा कि नहीं इसके कारण तो वोटों का नुकसान हो जाता है, तो वोट के लिए फिर हनुमान जी याद आ गए। हनुमान जी को आप केक पे बना रहे हैं और केक काट रहे हैं। ये अपमान है हिंदू धर्म का।
It has hurt the sentiments of youngsters because they are not getting job. It has hurt the sentiments of common people because there is price rise. It has hurt the sentiments of a common voter because you are manipulating voter list. So you always do Hindu-Muslim to shield your foolishness, to shield your weakness, to shield how bad you are at governance.
Is this just a judgment error, or is it a calculated move like the BJP alleges? Is this an insult to Hindus? That's the big question that we are asking here on Plain Speak tonight. And joining me on this broadcast is national spokesperson of the BJP, Shehzad Poonawalla. Congress spokesperson Ashbir Singh Khadiyal also joins me, and political analyst Varun Singh is with us. But I would like to begin with the Congress spokesperson. And Mr. Khadiyal, do you see anything wrong in what happened in Chhindwara? I would like to begin by asking you that.
See, wrong are the people who say that the Bharatiya Janata Party turns a blind eye to the real issues. The Bharatiya Janata Party has turned a blind eye to all the big issues of the state, of the country. They have, they have talked of an issue that is about a cake, that is about the cutting of a cake. But in Madhya Pradesh, the people that are being cut, the crime that has taken place, the law and order that has deteriorated, the amount of unemployment there is, the amount of poverty there is, the amount of hunger there is, and the amount of people that have died because of that, the Bharatiya Janata Party has not talked about that.
Sure, Mr. Khadiyal, and we'll ask the BJP spokesperson on the panel those questions as well. But like you said, this is about a cake. Unfortunately, it's not about just any cake. The imagery of it is what is of importance here. And do you think Kamal Nath and the Congress party is just being oblivious to that and like brushing it aside under the carpet?
See, like I said, for the Bharatiya Janata Party, the people who are being cut, they wouldn't talk about it. They would not speak about it. But about a cake, they would definitely speak about the cutting of a cake. That is what the priority of the Bharatiya Janata Party is. We need to establish that. Number two, the Hindu Dharma does not need the Bharatiya Janata Party to defend it. It is the Dharam. The Hindu Dharam is much bigger than the Bharatiya Janata Party is or can ever be. It does not need Bharatiya Janata Party to speak for it. There is the country that speaks for the Hindu Dharam. And let me tell you one thing. Bharatiya Janata Party also comprises of humans, also comprises of people, and so does, all the other parties of India. They all comprise of humans. They all comprise of people, who are devoted to Dharam, who are devoted to religions, who respect the religions. So the Bharatiya Janata Party does not have to, politicize everything, does not have to basically ignore and turn a blind eye to the real issues, but talk about a cake. I think it is very unfortunate that today we are discussing about cake cutting, but we are not discussing about the people that have been cut, that have been destroyed, that have been,
Right, and I would like Shehzad Poonawalla to respond to that. The Congress says you have dearth of issues. You don't want to talk about the real issues, which is why you've picked this up and you're making a mountain of a molehill.
Poonam, I hope I won't be interrupted by the spokesperson of the Congress. First of all, if real issues are the ones that you should speak about, I agree. Is Savarkar the issue? I thought Bharat Jodo Yatra was about Mehngai, Berozgari, but today Rahul Gandhi was talking about Savarkarji. Anyways, as far as unemployment is concerned, Poonam, please open CMI data. Unemployment in Madhya Pradesh is less than 1%. In Rajasthan, which is ruled by Ajdeep's party, it's over 20% for the last 1 year. Now let's come to this issue. This issue is not about a cake cutting. This issue is about the chot or Hindu Astha for vote of the vote bank, and we've seen whether it's Jarkioli and his statements on Hindus, whether it is Shivraj Patil comparing Gita ji with jihad, whether it's Hindu terror, saffron terror, Hindutva is like ISIS, denying the existence of Sri Ram, saying that we will oppose Ram Mandir, opposing the Ram Mandir, Bhumi Pujan, Hindus are more dangerous and they are terrorists and not LET. These are the kind of statements that have come out from the Congress party, and these same people then were the genuine and go outside the Mandir at the time of Chunav, and therefore we are saying these are Chunavi Hindus. If they were real Hindus, they would take action on Jarkioli. They would never ever think of even cutting the cake which has Hanumanji on it or a Mandir ki Akriti on it. Just one last question, Poonam. Can Congress party people ever have guts to cut a cake which has, let's say for instance, the deity of any other faith? Let's say for instance the biggest deity of Christianity, Jesus, or Allah or any other deity, and it should not happen. It should not happen with any deity, Bhagwan, God, because we respect these. These are not symbols to cut or to put on a cake. This is not even part of our culture. So therefore I would like Arshdeep, would you ever put the tallest figure in Islam, that figure would be put on the cake? Would you ever do it? Would you ever dare to do it? Why this liberty with only one religion to insult that religion?
So Hindus are soft target, Mr. Kadyal. Is that what it is? Because the BJP clearly sees a pattern with Congress and its leaders as far as the Hindu faith is concerned.
First of all, let's see what the statement is. Let's see the BJP for what it is. They say that this is wrong. They say, that we will tell you what is right, what is wrong, as if the Bharatiya Janata Party, it has some different kind of humans who have zada haq over the dharam. Arey bhai, everybody has equal, respect and regard for the dharam. You are no, special, you are no VVIP. It is upon the person. It is about the devotion of a person. Somebody who on his birthday, wanted to celebrate by basically, getting around and making sure that he wanted to pay his respects through basically blowing off the candles and through cutting off a cake. The intention was to pay respects to it, to pay regard to it, not the other way around. That is the perspective of the Bharatiya Janata Party. That is how the Bharatiya Janata Party looks at it. It goes on to suggest it is full of negativity. It is full of pessimism. It is full of politicization. It is full of, hatred politics. But us, we were all about respect and regard. It is our perspective. It is our devotion. We do not have to take a certificate from the Bharatiya Janata Party. But when it comes to the real issues, Mr. Modi hasn't done a single press conference ever since he became the Prime Minister.
Right.
Did he ever do a press conference when people were being cut from the middle? When just recently, please hear me out, Shehzad, I did not interrupt you. Did Mr. Modi speak a single word when somebody cut his live-in partner into 34 pieces? When somebody was cut, did Mr. Modi speak a word? Did Mr. Modi speak a word? When people have been abducted, when people have been killed, did he speak a word? So is that cutting not important for the Bharatiya Janata Party? Is that not even an issue for the Bharatiya Janata Party?
The allegation against the BJP is that you need to speak of issues that actually matter to the people of this country. And because you are no self-proclaimed, or the BJP is no self-proclaimed defender of the Hindu faith. That's the allegation that is being made against you.
Who has given them the certificate?
Poonam, let me answer this.
Yes, Mr. Khadyal, you had your say. Mr. Khadyal, you had your say. Let Shehzad respond.
And a very long one, please.
He interrupted me 11 times.
Shehzad, go ahead. I have Varun Singh also patiently waiting. Shehzad, go ahead.
Why did Mr. Modi not talk about
my limited question
of the lady that happened in Delhi? Why did Mr. Modi not utter a word?
Mr. Khadyal, I request you to please not interrupt. Mr. Khadyal, you had your say. I gave you your time. Let Shehzad respond. I will come back to you.
Just make him answer this question, please.
And the panel is one.
It's not up to me to make him answer. That's why you've asked the question. Wait for him to respond, or if you think he's not going to respond, then you can come back and rebut. But let him at least have his say. Go ahead, Shahzad.
Poonam, there are two issues to this. First, in my opening statement, I made it very clear that if this was the idea of the Congress to pay tribute or respect to a deity or a faith, they say that you want to blow a candle over Hanumanji, or you want to blow a candle over the Mandir Akriti and cut Hanumanji or cut the Akriti, then I am asking them, would they do that with any other faith? No answer to that. As far as the real issues are concerned, Poonam, I request Rahul Gandhi, who keeps saying that Bharat Jodo is about Mehngai and Berozgari. Rajasthan, the petrol rate is 108 rupees a litre. Gujarat, it's 96 rupees. Rajasthan, the unemployment rate is 20% plus for the last 1 year. Gujarat, it's less than 1, it's 1.5%. Madhya Pradesh is less than 1%. Let us have a conversation on this. But yes, if you keep insulting and attacking a religion, is Gita being equated to jihad an issue that should have been raised by the Congress? Jarkioli saying Hindus are bad and dirty, is that the key issue of the Congress? It's not. What action did they take on Jarkioli, who is the working president of Karnataka, and Karnataka is going to have elections? What action did they take on this Shivraj Patil? What action did they take on the series of leaders who said Shri Ram doesn't exist, Hindutva is like ISIS? Rahul Gandhi in a Mehngai ki rally went and said Hindutva is like ISIS. So this is their agenda, because बनना है वोट बैंक का भाईजान, चलानी है तुष्टिकरण की दुकान, इससे करो हिंदुओं का अपमान, and they are in competition with Gopal Italian, Rajinder Pal. You see, because there is Aam Aadmi Party giving them stiff competition for this vote bank, every day the Congress comes up with a new one, and therefore I am calling this out. But I am more than happy to discuss whichever issues they want, provided Mr. Rahul Gandhi stops discussing Savarkar ji, and if he has any doubt, he should ask Uddhav ji about Savarkar ji. But let's discuss the issues, but stop insulting Hindu Astha.
Right, it's interesting that you bring up elections and vote bank. And Mr. Khadial, before I come to you, I want to get in Varun Singh as well, who has been patiently listening to both of you. And Varun Singh, is this all about elections? That's really what it boils down to. We have elections in one state that just concluded, another one that goes to polls in a few days from now. Is that all it is? It's your polarization versus my polarization. Let's see which one reaps higher dividend.
Absolutely. All political parties do everything to win elections. And, expecting Kamal Nath, who is a very senior leader, he could have easily said that the cake that was brought in was by a foundation where he was invited to cut the cake. But if it would have been a rookie politician, this wouldn't have converted into such a major controversy. A senior veteran politician like Kamal Nath knows what might end up hurting the religious sentiments of such a majority in the country. And this is not the first time the Congress is doing something of this sort. We have seen calf being butchered in the middle of the road in Kerala. There are multiple incidences that Shahzad has pointed out right now. The Congress can categorically come and say that, we have a set ideology, we are following it, and there is no harm in it. Rahul Gandhi has been very categoric about criticizing Savarkar, and he has taken a stand that is pretty anti-Hindu in Maharashtra. And in Maharashtra, it has created a major controversy right now. A state which was very calm and quiet right now. I see Mr. Raj Thackeray asking his karyakartas to come on the streets, show black flags. Everything is related to politics. The only problem over here is that expecting Kamal Nath, who was such a senior politician, if he cannot at this age and at this time, after so much of experience, realize what may end up or what may boil into a controversy, then I think we are novice to discuss it over here. He understands what his party needs. Right. He understands what will work for him and what will work for his party. Right, so it's all political narratives. It's all pandering to each person's agenda, each person's vote bank. And is that what really this controversy is about? Well, we've heard all sides and the viewer can decide for themselves. I thank you all gentlemen for joining us here on this broadcast. And the controversy over that and much more, we'll keep a track of.